Okay, I want to talk about this tweet Destiny made about Hasan, because there are some stupid holes in it. So the format is a classic 4chan bit. You have a picture of someone, you list a bunch of characteristics about that person, but oh, you're actually talking about someone else the whole time. It's a good way to point out how two people are surprisingly similar. So in this case, the comparison is obviously between Hasan and Osama. And at first I thought this was a banger, but it then started to annoy me. What a f— So let's just go through it. Pretended to be Muslim, but only when convenient to him. Hasan never pretends to be Muslim. What he says is that he's culturally Muslim or that he was brought up Muslim.
Like, I've experienced like anti-Muslim sentiment, you know what I mean? Like my whole life.
Oh my, I love how he so seamlessly sifts back and forth between being white and being Muslim culturally, whatever the f— I love how he can like assume these ideas based on whatever he needs to actually argue.
This is retarded. I'm not sure which part of this he takes issue with. Does he not understand what is meant by culturally Muslim? That just means that he was born into a Muslim family, but he doesn't currently religiously like pray or believe in a god. Does he think you can't be Muslim if you're white? Or does he think because he's white, Hasan wouldn't have been discriminated against? His name is Hasan.
His name is Hasan.
It wouldn't blow my mind if he faced some Islamophobia. I mean, a lot of vaguely brown people or people with Arab names have.
One of the reasons why I never used the cam to begin with, probably because I am brown. Because at the same time, I mean, shit, dude. After fucking 9/11 and shit.
Even Trainwrecks has talked about how he was picked on after 9/11 because his family are from Iran, even though he has a white-ass name like Tyler. This is a consistent blind spot for Destiny and definitely his community. They don't seem to understand that Muslim doesn't always just mean someone who like religiously follows Islam. It can mean the family you were born to, your lineage, the community you're a part of. And for wider society, it could just mean what you look like or what your name sounds like. It all plays into it.
Wait, check. I'm Muslim. Am I allowed to have a lap dance? Chat, yes or no?
Like, if you meet a guy called Muhammad, how many of you would think he's Muslim, even if you knew none of his beliefs? Also, I don't think Bin Laden pretended to be Muslim either. He was, by most accounts, a genuinely devout Muslim.
This was a guy who, when he was a teenager, was praying 7 times a day, fasting twice a week.
People might say his interpretations or the way he practiced was wrong. I mean, I'm sure he used the religion as a political tool and he ignored all the passages that go against his ambitions.
But then goes on to explain in his mind why the political situation that we are living in allows him to violate that rule.
But that doesn't make him a pretend Muslim, it just makes him a fucked up one. Okay, next. Spoke about how he's from the Middle East, but attended wealthy schools in the West. I don't know what this means, both can be true. Maybe Turkey isn't enough from the Middle East for you? But okay. Justified the killing of women and children by jihadists. I don't think this is true of Hasan. He kind of seems to downplay or maybe give explanations, but I don't think he claims that what Hamas did was justified. Lived in gated community? True.
Ooh, yeah, he mad, I'm racking up white diamonds. Show me in the sky, you a sweater sunshine.
But like Gucci wallpaper.
Published content claiming Americans deserved 9/11. Also true.
Fuck it, I'm saying it.
But the funniest part about this is, Destiny agreed with Hasan at the time and defended his statement.
Alright guys, listen, fuck, okay? If you can clip me out of context, I would love to go like toe-to-toe like Mark Dice on this. I think you can make compelling arguments for like, Wait, hold on, how spicy do I want to make this take? Hold on, let me think for a second, because I don't want to get banned for Twitch. Because of the type of American foreign policy that America engages in, I think that you leave yourself open to a lot of crazy shit that it becomes very hard to complain about.
I mean, that was Hasan's take. Hasan apologized and clarified that he didn't believe that those civilians deserved to die. What he was saying, and I think this is pretty obvious if you wanted to be charitable, was something to the gist of, if you go messing around in other countries for decades, don't be surprised when it bites you in the butt later. So, I mean, this is true, but it's a bit of a low blow considering like the context and the fact that Destiny agreed with him at the time, which, I mean, I guess that's okay for a largely meme tweet like this. At least it's not a complete falsehood. Pretended he grew up in humble background, was actually born to incredibly wealthy parents. Hasan has said many times that he grew up relatively privileged.
So I grew up in Turkey. To a relatively affluent family. He was like lobbying the Turkish government. He was like the right-hand man in a holding group. You know what I mean? He was like, he had some pretty serious jobs.
Maybe he kind of weaselly downplays just how well off his family was.
By the time I got to college, my dad lost everything.
That feels pretty unlikely, but okay. Or at times, he definitely downplayed how well off he was as a streamer.
I myself am not that far removed from like being working class.
The Kardashians are lying.
So this is like, I don't know, a half-truth. And of Bin Laden, I mean, didn't everyone know he was rich? You might say I'm overanalyzing a joke here. And I say shut up. A lot of people aren't taking this as just a joke. I don't think Destiny meant it as just a joke. So yeah. And it of course ends with be Hasan, pick unrelated. So look, I mean, I thought this tweet was a banger, but it sort of falls flat once you poke it a little, you know? It still got 50,000 likes though, Jesus. But yeah, I guess that's it. Check out my second channel, I upload way more there. Peace.